Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Victoria 2. I'll be continuing my quest to build up the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and I'll be doing that by invading Germany. Let's actually just move you in here, because I want to go for a surprise attack, but I can only do that once these guys from Kraków are done. Okay, so at this point you can stay here and I will start declaring on Germany. I want to take East Prussia, and my allies will accept. Okay. I'm not even sure whether one day is over. Okay. Okay, and okay. Right, I don't expect too much from my allies, but oh, they don't have gas attack. Well, that should severely help getting the war in my favor for the moment. At least against Germany. Yes, please. Okay. Also, the more territory I take from them, the better, obviously. So... okay, sweet. Now... you're gonna take Memel. If you go in there too, that should work. One thing that's quite positive about taking these territories is that they cannot gain new manpower from it. So that's generally something that's quite important. I do hope that the British can also get in there. Yes, they can. And... the thing against Germany is that in reality I want to take these territories last because they are free, whereas something like Schlesien, I don't actually have any claims on it, but I still want it. So for example, Schlesien here, that's 14 war score. It would cost me 3.6 infamy, but I want to take territories from them up till I get 25 infamy, preferably without getting War of Unification territories. Because I can fight them again for those War of Unification territories anyway. Those are not the issue. Okay, sweet. I need to get into Posen to take that down. And I'm playing on difficulty 2 because I just need to be as careful as possible. Pretty much. These guys are close to being done and then they can actually join. That will be great. I'm quite waiting for that as well. To be honest, one thing that I'm a little bit afraid of is that these guys might not do super well, but at least against Germany, I think, or I hope, we'll be doing okay. The most important thing to do, though, is to actually beat the German army. So let's have you just wait there, because I need to get reinforcements for sure. And you should stay to take Posen now. For the moment, I think that would be best. That way they don't run into trouble. For the most part. Okay. Germany. Yes. So at that point, let's take a look at the region. So if, say that I actually win and I can take Schlesien, then the Posen region is actually one of those that I can get through War of Unification. So I don't actually want to go for the Posen region at all. The next region is the Pommern region. The Pommern region is also quite close. And I mean, it's not the most amazing, but it's reasonable enough. Obviously, I cannot take the Berlin region as much as I would want to. I could go for Saxon. Saxon actually looks a lot better. Let's go for Saxon here. I have to be careful not to ask for too much. But Saxon it is. I think from them from losing Schlesien and then Saxon alone, they would be quite displeased actually. Okay, let's move you into Lutz and you into Skierniewice. How are the Germans doing here? I mean, the Italians and the Spanish are doing reasonably well. It's actually the Germans at this point that are not up to snuff. Okay, well, you will go here and then go back into Zhytomyr to deal with those Italians. Kind of weird that they are there, but oh well. What is actually quite interesting, though, is that there are no Germans around here now. Like, I'm just taking their territory. I know that this gas attack is the biggest contribution to that, but still. Like, the fact that I can take all this territory from them is kind of crazy. 15th of December. Okay. Yeah, okay, well. So, like I said, any territory that I take from them now means they cannot get additional reinforcements from later. Should severely aid me. Can I get yet another territory? Yes, I can. Wow. I guess I will. This time I am gonna go for the Pommern region. Acquire state. Pommern. 24. See, this is quite a lot higher now. They do have significant forces there yet. I'm actually surprised they haven't tried sending them back so far. Yeah, that is kind of weird. But the thing is that I only need to win the war against Germany. These other countries, they are unfortunate business, but they shouldn't matter too much, really. Okay, well, let's keep going. Yeah. You'd think they'd be somewhat concerned about their territory, but I guess not. How's France doing? Even if France loses, how much of a concern is that for me? Not that bad. Yeah, of course. Okay, let's have you go there then. Because the Belgians can actually take care of those Germans quite a bit. I would wager. Well, there's a lot of German territory that still needs to be taken. How are we actually? Defender occupation is also still pretty high. Let's pause. Wow. You're going there. Let's have you move into Breslau. The I mean, I could go for the Magdeburg region. Magdeburg is not super amazing. Franken is also not the greatest. Well, it does have Nuremberg. But if I want to link everything, maybe let's go for Posen. Nah, I can only get one more territory anyway. So sure, let's go for Magdeburg. And that should be it for this war, it seems like. If I can get a victory. Well, I would guess against the Germans at least I will. I'll try to move as far into their territory as possible here. You should be going to Gumbinen. Yeah, you are. Okay, let's try to defeat that stack. They're still not sending any reinforcements over, much to my surprise. They should also start doing worse in terms of industrial power, or yeah, because they are losing severely. And me besieging all that territory should make it so that they are going to do especially bad in terms of factories. At least they're holding out. That's the most important, because I need to get to 100 war score. And yeah, I have no troops here. Okay, perfect. Let's see. You beat them, but they're bringing in fresh troops. Let's go in here. You're gonna go in here. These are... They should be pretty weak. Just missed them. This should already severely hamper their ability to reinforce their troops, because I've taken over at least half of their country. We're now only at 44, because the battles on the other side are going pretty poorly, funnily enough. Well, we'll get that back up to 50. That's not... It's not really a thing. And now that we're getting Berlin... okay, let's have you rest, because they're going to have to take down that 63 stack at some point. I don't know where they're going. They seem to be going in that direction, or they're going to try and take them on. No, they're going to Katowice. So they'll probably split up at some point, and that's when I'll try to take them. As for these, I'm just waiting for a bit. That's... whatever. Yeah, I have no clue what they are doing. They seem to want to unsiege something, but it is quite unclear what they're going to do. Maybe they're going into Cottbus as well, although they're splitting up now. Let's have you follow them to that side. And you have +2 attack, +4 attack. You have defense. Okay, let's try to deal with them that way. And you're gonna go in there. Let's have you as backup for the moment. Probably looking pretty decent this way. We should... Palace +12. It's going increasingly bad in that regard. Somehow, at least, like... Not really sure why that is. Let's actually switch these up. I mean, 5 defense is interesting, but I'm not gonna fight any defensive battles. I'd rather have like even a +2 attack or even a +1 attack. Yeah, this guy's fine. And let's go down here, try to beat some of these enemies, because that's what we're here for after all. Also, I should start getting more score from that. Yeah. Okay. Great. And they obliterated them. So now they can finally move into Swinemünde. I'm looking for Jan. Or this guy. That's also fine, but... no, they suddenly got like... more manpower around this area. And that's what I was talking about with the reinforcements. Like, the more territory I take, the less reinforcements they can do. And the better that is for me, ultimately. Where are you going? There? Okay, so there's no need for you to do that. Let's move you into Magdeburg. Oh, kind of messed that up. Of course not. Yeah, Italy's kind of dominating here, but with Germany being down. Okay, I'll have them stay there for now. Yeah, you can try to unsiege Berlin, but you're never going to be able to unsiege Berlin, ultimately. As it is, though, they did get their reinforcements, for sure. Holy moly. Again, my main concern is that ultimately I might not be able to beat them. And... but I'll have to see. At least against Germany itself, it's looking pretty decent for now. British lost in that stack. Okay, so where are you gonna go? To Stendhal. You have no leader. Where are they going? To Pritzwalk? Okay, so what I need is you guys to move in there and these guys to act as backup. Besides, I need you to make a nice roundabout, trying to kill as many German units there as possible. While you're going up here as reinforcements as well. So if you go in there, go after that stack. Alright, they got killed. Germany has barely any troops up there anymore. Okay, let's take some of those territories again. They can take their sweet time walking. I don't mind. As long as I take more German territories, ultimately that's gonna go well. Since it means they'll be able to recover less. Less manpower. Yeah, and some of my units just also straight up have to recover. So there is that. Okay. Excellent. Very nice. How are they doing? 484. Oops. That was a bit too much. Okay. I want Yan to go in here. You to go up here and then here. Still need to deal with some significant stacks. There we go. They still cannot use gas attack, so we did rather have that privilege for this entire battle. That is exceptionally nice and has been instrumental so far in dealing with them. $89, so I could add something for 11. No. Guess not. That's okay. That is just okay. Yeah, I would send troops that way, but to be fair, you're going into Erfurt. Okay, let's try and cut them off. The problem is that I will suffer a lot of attrition trying to get there, and I dislike attrition, so I can't really do that. France is in the worst situation here, and they have barely anything going for them at this point. Man, tricky that. How are they doing on factories? They start doing poorly, and that too. Good, good. Another thing that's a bit weird is the fact that, well, it's not weird, but it seems like the Italians are now starting to get some reinforcements in there too. I don't want to say this suddenly went sour, but things are suddenly getting a bit dicey. I guess because once again they got huge stacks of reinforcements. Yeah, their reinforcements are insane at that. Like, how are we doing in other territories? So car lists are there. The British have taken that part. They're moving into the last remaining pieces of Italian territory over here. One thing I could potentially do is mobilize, but I don't really feel that is something that I necessarily want to do. Let's just have these guys recover at least for a month. And just see how that goes. It's probable that they won't even get that many reinforcements. Indeed. Well, okay. Yeah, we're getting a lot of Italians out here now as well. It's getting a bit of a pushback. I wonder, you know, I should probably mobilize as well. Let's see. Because mobilizing now... Europe is... What if I asked them to join in this war? Would they? Nah. Well, currently these battles are still working out in my favor for the most part, so and not just by a small margin, like so I guess we're still okay here for now. Germany does seem to again be decreased in their numbers. Okay. Let's see what happens if I join them in that attack. I actually don't get gas attack, even if I join in. Huh. That's actually pretty sucky at that point. Well, had I known about that, I would have dealt with that sooner. Yeah. Wow. At least I have some reinforcements coming in. Over 100,000 losses. They're down to 417, but there are no more forces in France itself. So it's very likely that France will try to eke out their own separate peace. Okay, well, on the 12th of July, let's just take a look, because we're currently doing pretty well, actually. So what I could do... yeah, let's see. What if I don't take Posen? Wow, okay. This is pretty sucky, but if I get it into a big stack, then maybe we'll be okay. Against the Italians, apparently, I don't even get additional bonuses, unfortunately. How are we doing here? Yeah, okay, let's join them up and let's just make it into a 60k stack and send it over here. Hmm. Well, that France would win there was already obvious, but okay. Let's get you out here and you into Weimar. Let's just wait a little bit on any of those other ones. So you should also get in there, and let's have you and you rest for now. Or not, as you need to get into Weimar. How peace-loving would they be? They're already at, they are now at the point at least where they would accept that, which is interesting. I mean, this is... You have a poor general. I need to switch this guy up. Yeah, it's the defense +5. Screw me. At any rate, 18, and we should get 42 then. So let's reshuffle those as well. And okay, so they have 4 left. Let's get you there. They're losing a lot of factories. Nice. Okay. Now I should be able to switch you up for one with better attack and or something else. Anything. +1 attack. Come on. I should be having at least a +2 attack somewhere, maybe? Yeah. And I'm getting some reinforcements, so that should help. How are we doing? 57. I cannot even add any more war goals in reality. Germans are down to 76 now. Which is good. And yeah, the problem is I cannot save France from anything. You would actually think that there will be more Italians coming this way, but that is actually not happening. Bit of a shame at that. Yeah, let's have you just try and take those territories. I'm not too interested in trying to find that. Yeah, let's get you in there though. They have 3 attack. That's actually pretty decent. So they got an additional reinforcements, but by this time... At least they have a lot less territory. So that's good. let's switch up the units a bit and see what we can do. Aren't we going to have another stack here somewhere? No, we're not. Okay, so you do need to get in there. Fair enough. And yeah, I severely wonder whether the French will actually give up, so... I'm not gonna settle for anything less than complete domination, by the way. I think that's only fair. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, there's also a bunch of Italians again coming my way at this point. That's just... oh. Damn it. The Italians are actually the worst because they apparently do have gas attack. So that makes it quite tricky to deal with them. I mean, ultimately, I still have the numbers to take them down. But still. Stuff like this is not helping. Okay, so here though, I do want you to come in as reinforcements there. I don't really care about that 3 stack. How are they dealing with Italy? Like, ultimately, the French should be able to deal with everything around here. It's going painstakingly slow at that, but at least they're getting to the point where they're going to take this Spanish territory, and who knows what's going to happen out there then. Hopefully they'll be able to cross. We'll see. As long as the French ultimately don't give up, I'm at least somewhat pleased there. Yeah, let's have you take that territory. How's this going? Not the greatest, because once again their numbers don't add up for a while at least. Do I want to take that territory? Ultimately, I guess yes. Alright, let's start working on money again, because we're doing quite poorly. I definitely need to get in this money too. That still doesn't get me enough. Let's put that administration down for the moment. That is unnecessary at this time. So, definitely not something that I want to be working on at the moment. There don't actually seem to be that many forces there at this stage. I'm not saying that I can unsiege France or anything of that sort, but seems like Belgium did surrender. Yeah, whatever. This is fine. Not too worried there. Let's just have you added as reinforcements. There we go. So all these 3 battles are going my way. Yep. And I need to beat them anyhow, so... Jeez. Some of those enemy generals are crazy. Okay, we got those. Then I'm quite sure there are a bunch of Italians that joined here. I cannot see that like that, but I'm fairly certain that's the case. Can we get a decent die roll? It seems like also... Yeah, screw this. That's really terrible ultimately. Like, I don't care that much about those losses, but... Let's get you out of there and start attacking. So... Oh, what, really? Well, my odds are somewhat better in there. So... Let's do it. Uh-huh. Heh. 157, that's a lot. But it also means that most of the Spanish forces are just not available at that point, which is okay. What? Why? Again? Oh my god. Can we just get a break on the die rolls just for once? For God's sake, get real. Okay, against those Italians, apparently all of that doesn't... Jesus. Oh, let's pause. That sure is interesting. Let's rest for a little bit at least. So you guys, let's actually attack down there. Yeah, sure, you can go that way. That's okay. So I need to play this a bit strategically. Fight the battles that can be fought. And hope to win there. Like here, for example, that attack is reasonable. I just need to recuperate a little bit, and like I said, try to fight the battles that I can win currently. Because we're on the cusp of winning, basically. But we're there not quite yet. Okay, so now let's still try to get into that stack. That's great. This also should go reasonably well. Okay, at least if the numbers start going my way, I should be able to beat them. Yeah, okay. And those other guys will just rest for the moment. I'm not too sure as to how much reinforcements I'm ultimately going to get. Quite a bit, actually, for some of them. That's good. At least for you, you got some. And with those odds, let's go in here and let's go in here. So I can try to take that stack in some point, or at some point. Let's get you into Brunswick to defeat that Italian stack. What I have a sensation that these guys will likely go and attack me. Then I'll switch up to a level 5 defensive hero and try to win through that way. I think it should be pretty effective if I can pull that off. Huh. With the added note, if I can pull that off. And also, yeah, okay. Only some of them are going into Leipzig, but oh yeah, sure, I don't mind 10 defense loss. I don't mind a little bit. Let's see how they perform. Pretty poorly still, because they don't have the manpower to do anything. It's actually not too bad, but I still want to see whether I need reinforcements. I probably do, and I can still take down those other guys later. Well, no, let's actually send you in here. I think they can handle themselves. Does look like it. Let's believe in the power of our units, which immediately gives them a 9 die roll, obviously. Okay, come on. Yeah, they have lower numbers now. Good, good. They're taking that. Ooh. That cannot be good for them. Wow. Really? Well, the thing is still that I don't really care about those other areas. They would accept this, so that's actually pretty interesting. So they would allow me to take those 4 territories, and I think actually, like, I'm at positive war score. The only way I can get this up even further at this stage. No, that's not true. Now that Spain, or now they would have to occupy Great Britain, But the thing is, yeah, I can actually go further because at this point, well, we still have Italy to deal with as well. No, let's propose that piece. I think I'm fine. So I'm not taking any of those. I'm taking those areas which I got an infamy for. Yes. And they still got that Great War capitulation. Sweet. That's a beautiful Germany. What does Sweden want from them? What the heck? German-Swedish war? They want to cut down Sweden to size. It's not as if I'm gonna let them go through anyway. But this is very good for me, though. I mean, Germany will probably get back up there, but they lost an insane amount here for their doing. And this greatly benefits me. This is really good for me. Technically, I could probably declare war on them instantaneously again, but then I would be at war with Spain and Italy. It would not do this very well. At any rate, I've also taken up a huge debt. Let's get you back to 10 here. Administration should be at 30, and I should start demobilizing. Wow. Alright, this looks horrible, but it's super positive. Wow. Yeah. Okay. As of industrial power, yeah, they'll be okay. They actually did not have that much manpower. Funnily enough, France is still doing quite poor. Where are you? Oh no, it's just the Ottomans there at war with the British. Liberation of Palestine. Yeah, because basically the idea is that now I can still take all of these territories. Of course, except for the Brandenburg territory. Okay, let's immediately start building. So I'll just... do this, because we'll probably need that many either way. My units are severely weakened. Yeah, sure, this is fine. So in terms of military, I also don't even have all that much. Yeah, they're still allied with those guys. It would be pretty funny if the Swedes actually do win this. So, 17th of February, huh? We'll see. No, you cannot go through it. Ooh. You know, if those anarcho-liberals win, which they probably won't, but it does keep them busy for a bit. If they were to win, that would mean that I can immediately declare on them, because they would not be allied at that point with anything. That would also be exceptionally great, but yeah, they are not likely to pull that off. Sweden is obviously very welcome to get through here, but yeah, I don't think these guys are going to be able to pull this off, although this stack is performing somewhat poorly. Although not overly so. Alright. I do now again have a bunch of money. Let's repay those loans. And once again I have nothing. I need a ton of money as well to upgrade factories, etc. So I'll continue to steal a lot of money from all of those countries. There still should not be any reason why my relations with Spain and Italy should be bad. Yeah, we've been at war, sure, but all I want is Germany. I don't. They're even helping them with the rebels. That's sad. Italy is number 9. Should I help these guys out? I don't really care for them. They can be independent for all I care. That's fine. I do actually need to make sure that we do get rid of those rebels. They're a bit annoying. Okay, I got the money. Let's pause. Upgrade all of the factories that can be upgraded. Interestingly, we're number 5 still in terms of factories. Even taking all of those territories, that still doesn't get me up all that much. But despite all of that, I do feel that if I now rebuild my army, I'll undoubtedly be the number 1 in terms of military power. So much so that I might even decide to go over the infamy limit. Yeah. Because why wouldn't I? Damn, I'm out of money. Alright, let's get those factories to work. And this is a monstrosity, the likes of which I will not name them. Haha. This will also get them even more rebels. If these Swedes are capable of pulling this off, and then Germany will suffer quite a bit for it. Although this is not like super much territory. Nah, they're already coming. Eh. Yeah, see, I can technically declare war again immediately, but since I would be unable to beat, I guess, both of these in an attack. I mean, technically they probably would not even be able to get past all of these. That's the interesting part. So what chance do they have? I mean, they can take this, but who cares? I would lose a lot of prestige as well, but I don't really care about that either. Alright, well, either way, I'm going to wrap things up. I want to thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye. Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Victoria 2. I'm playing as the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and I'm pretty much about to just attack Germany again for my War of Unification. Calling my allies is not super useful since they all have a truce. Germany itself does not really have any army that's really noteworthy. So I kind of just hope to take all their territory swiftly and then just be done with it. They're also at war with the Swedes, and I'm currently also building up my army. So I just hope for a swift victory here. Like I'll probably lose a lot of prestige because I'm breaking my truce, but I'm banking on the Italians and the Spanish not being able to get through this territory, like Switzerland, Austria-Hungary, and Spain. They might actually land some troops, but I feel that if I can get in quickly enough, I should be able to take enough territory that this is going to leave the Germans, you know, with a very low war score. And I don't really care that much for this. Like, eventually I will deal with these guys, but my main concern for the moment is to get a war score going against Germany, take as much territory from them as possible, and add all of the war goals here. So this should go quickly enough, and I'm building more troops at the moment as well. So I'm phasing out some of my weaker units as I'll have more infantry, etc. available. Bam, bam. Let's put this at 75. 75. Okay, there we go. That way we should also capture this territory a bit faster than we did before. And these commies are allowed to die for the cause. That's also fine. But as you can, well, I mean, these other parties are also joining in, but I do believe that, you know, with Germany, they should, once they're completely sieged, that should, oh wow, it's a lot of communists. Gee, there's some Italians there. Okay, let's just have, yeah, okay, they're dealing with it. Fair enough. Okay, good. They also got reinforcements, I see. Let's pause. That means that for the moment I'm going to split these guys up into... I'll try to get them into equally sized stacks. Mm-hmm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing an infantry here. Oh well. Oh. Let's take these territories. I do have to be a bit careful for those Italians. Yeah. Like I said, I am currently trying to rebuild my army as well. A bit. So, wherever I can, I will apply those new units as they become available during this war, so that these stacks can benefit from it. Tax efficiency should help. Let's actually also start working on better tax there, lowering taxes to 65. Despite all this war. You actually have some pretty decent engineers, you too. Oh, you have a third engineer. That's weird. Bam. How about your engineers? They also seem fine. Let's actually split these. So they should be the same. And I'll have you go here. Let's clear out this engineer. Yep. And you go here. This is an artillery. Sure, they can benefit from that. So let's clear out this artillery. Once these guys do have their reinforcements, I will send them further away. It must be down there, yeah. Okay, that's fine. I see that these guys are gonna try and attack here. I would have to be careful about it. They do have 5 defense, but it means I need to get in reinforcements, and that's going to be these. Unless they are not going there. Okay, let's have you just not do that, and you actually go after some of those. That's kind of weird. I actually expected them to go and take it. Super weird. Well, I guess I'll take more territory then. And I'll just claim I want the last one too. So we're minimum wage. Yeah, let's actually do the following. So let's move you in here, and I'll at least make sure that they take down these rebels. They're kind of annoying. So other fun thing is I don't actually see Swedes anymore, even though they are definitely at war with Sweden. Kind of weird. Okay. Lublin engineer. Well, I could hold the new units there too. Might actually work out somewhat. Okay, you're actually too big now. That means that, yeah, they have too much artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's remove both of these. You back. Should start by getting rid of those. They're still too big, but it will allow me to build more units, although, I mean, by the looks of it, I'll have to wait either way at this stage. We're back up to 50, huh? I also need to unsiege that before I can continue doing anything even there. How are the Germans? They're at 9. Well, as I said, I can never actually get these, but if I take all the German territory, that might allow me to actually take some. Not particularly sure either on how likely it is that these other countries will deal with it. The Italians, oh, there's still this one strength unit. Super weird. But it does look at least yeah, let's unsiege. And now I'll get you into Memel, and this guy with 5 defense can go into Königsberg. Oh, if they want to attack that, they can be my guest. I don't mind. Sweet. And at least those battles can add to my war score as well. If they send any units my way, that's gonna be great, because otherwise, I don't want to say I can't do a whole lot, but under the current conditions, things are a bit problematic. This is interesting though. Kraków, no, that's me. German-Swedish war, what's going on? Austria-Hungary and the Netherlands are fighting against Russia, Italy, Germany, and Spain. Well, that might allow those troops to actually get through. I mean, that just... yeah, we'll see. Okay, I will probably get in reinforcements at the appropriate time, but that's not yet that necessary. I'll wait for a little bit. Once I start getting a little bit low, I might. Actually, it does not benefit me to get those Russians through, so I won't allow them. Okay, they're about to lose. Sweet. That means I'll get a chunk of war score there too. We must negotiate with the war leader? Germany is not the war leader? Holy smokes. I'll just keep going then if... Huh. They're actually taking it. It seems like Germany is basically down for the count. They have nothing left. And they are once again being attacked from every single side. So their factories are going to go next, and then that is going to be the final straw at some point soon, I think. Did Spain just got out of there? It just kind of seems like they did. Huh. I mean, to be fair, Austria-Hungary will never win this, I think. It's interesting that they're trying, but they are not going to be able to pull it off. That's just my opinion. I mean, they will win against Germany, but nothing else, obviously. Okay. Will they allow me to move through? Yes, they will. Ooh, okay, sweet. That is good, because I need to get into Italy. Italy is very weak right now, supposedly. It's not too surprising. I wonder if I will... No, I actually don't lose manpower. Yeah, with that said, I'll just go and take Italy on then. I mean, why not? Germany is lost. They have nothing left. And Italy seems weak enough too. And I need to up my war score, so... This is pretty bad though in terms of oh, 10%, that's insane. Let's try not to do too many attacks down there, although we're probably going to be fine here. Okay, so being able to take Italy here should allow me to rack this up again. Where's that defender? Oh yeah, defender occupation must be down there indeed. Near Istria. The only problem is Spain. They're marginally powerful and they're not gonna cause that many problems, I think. But we're still building a lot. Nothing we can do there. If they're going to Parma, I'll just go and take those other territories. Even the Italians should be close to 0 right now. They have to deal with a lot of rebels as well, which I find pretty interesting. Let's see if you can get into Ravenna. There might not be any units there. Zoop. Let's start actually earning money. Let's keep going. How far in are we now? We're only on 19 in terms of battles. That also makes it tough. I think though Spain at least will allow me military access too. So that way I can then also get to Spain if but for the moment I'm kind of fine with just besieging Italy. And just kind of destroy everything that this alliance stands for. I need France to be able to get back up to power as well. I need them to take back all the territories that they lost ultimately. Quite naturally. Can I have a separate peace against Italy? They wouldn't accept right now. I think ultimately they would get to it. If I take Rome as well, that would give me a pretty high war score. What do you need though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 infantry and 1 artillery. Take those. Go here. You go here. You should be able to get it there. Haha, sure. That's fine. It seems, though, that Austria-Hungary this way is actually doing marginally well. Funnily enough, indeed, after all these times that I harassed them, they eventually came out on top because I left them alone. And I just started harassing other countries. That's basically usually what these Victoria 2 games are also about. It's like whatever influence you have is going to be the deciding factor ultimately in how the world is going to be shaped. So generally, because you're the player, you're going to have the most influence out of everything. And I think this game also clearly shows that to be the case. Now, Italy, what do you think? Nah. Okay. I mean, if they want to ruin their entire economy, I don't care. That's just totally fine. Like, whatever. That is not my problem. Let's get some troops over to Spain, though. I actually do expect Spain to be somewhat weak. Well, I need to take this and then hop over to Spain, at least from this side. I will be careful to avoid all the other stuff. I don't even need Italy to surrender. I mean, what can they do? They have no manpower, and Austria-Hungary is going to just take them down. So that is that. What I will do, though, is you're gonna go in here, and I will have you take Valencia, and then these guys, they're gonna go down here. So there are those 3 pieces of territory that I'll still be looking to take while I'm going down here. How are their factories doing? Not poor enough. Not poor enough for my taste. Around the military, still building. Okay, don't worry. It's gonna get handled. It's a shame for France that they actually are no longer part of any of those wars, because they would have been able to help out too. Yeah, that would actually get this lower. Down to 50. They still need to take more territory, so I only have these guys currently ready to attack. Should see how that goes. Okay, so at least gas attack is active. I don't think these guys will have the ability to use a gas attack for quite some time. It's gonna be my guess. They will probably now try to send out a lot of units in this direction, which, you know, is fair. Not quite sure how much they have, but I'm almost through in Germany, at least. Yeah, so I can now at least get battles up to 50. But the real interesting thing... No, I actually don't think I want to go for the infamy limit. I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. Definitely not. I would need to, at the very least, build up my armies first by quite a bit before doing so. So yeah, I'm not gonna deal with it. So over up in here, I'll get to Strasbourg. Right, here we are. I did say that, you know, they were gonna get their troops in here. They cannot get through France, I think. So at the very least, that will... Oh, wow, that was sucky. Totally blew my load there before I was done. What do you think, Spain? Nah. Okay, we're at 64 though. Maybe with those tap units, I'll just decide to go and do nothing. I'm actually quite confident that these guys are going to go try to retake Bordeaux. Given... Socialists are really bad. Socialism is weakened communism, which is terrible. Well, sure. Go ahead. Not quite sure what you got planned, but everything against the Germans is fine. They're not even doing anything there. That's so weird. Where are they? Alright, they are as powerful almost. I wonder if they can get Istria back. That would ultimately be pretty interesting. If they could. They should get close to 0 industrial power by the time I'm done with them. They would not. Still, huh? Despite me now taking their territory. I mean, they're at war with the Netherlands too. Maybe that's the factor here that's contributing the most. Sure. I have reinforcements coming in, so I also don't think they'll have all the war techs either way. Let's see how this goes. Well enough that I feel like I can leave them well alone. Yeah. That's fine. Where is most of their power? They have 43 stack there, but where else? This is not interesting at all. Super weird. Like, the Spanish must have forces somewhere. They cannot be this weak, right? I mean, I understand they're weak because the Spanish are just not in a favorable position in this game either way. Budgetary issues and things like that. I'll probably try to work my way towards Madrid, and from there I think they should give up relatively quickly. Sure. 51, so if that was their biggest achievement, yes, not a lot. How about it? Yeah, okay. Like I said, I'm moving towards Madrid here, and I don't expect any other issues. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's looking to be a mighty fine stack. I'm actually done building. Wow. Okay, let's see what I need though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 more artillery, an engineer. Two hussars. Because I'm already building another one. Two more infantry. And let's work on that. For now, that should do just fine, I'm sure. Alright, let's deal with these last few issues before the Spanish are going to give up. I'm right next to Madrid. What you gonna do? Probably nothing. They were doing so well in the taking 2 territories from France. That's not something that you see every day, but well, maybe if they had also taken Portugal, I would have given them more of a chance to grow, to get up in the world. As it is, though, nah, not quite. And bam. Will you look at that? And then, will you look at that? Forming Poland, Lithuania with the most hideous color of purple that you can ever think of. But we are there. We're number 2 currently, right below the UK. Mostly because of factories. We'll deal with that. Let's open a bunch of them. We'll send people into those factories. As a matter of fact, let's just upgrade all of those factories right now as we are about to finish this episode. And probably there will be one more episode after this dealing with the remainder of the war. I'll just make it into a somewhat longer feature episode or something. But yeah, excellent, excellent. All right, we got it. And yeah, here we go. Poland, Lithuania. Would you look at that? That is gorgeous. All right. And look at Germany. They're not doing too well. How poorly are they doing anyway? Let's see what wars there are still left. The German-Swedish war. They couldn't cut Sweden down to size, at least not for now. It does seem like Sweden still has a huge piece of territory covered from them. So they shouldn't like that. Italy lost, and they're currently being besieged by Austria-Hungary, although Austria-Hungary is having a tough time dealing with Russia, which is allied still with Italy and Spain. Now, I can actually see France, after these defeats, France getting back, trying to take some of these territories. I mean, Italy is in absolute chaos right now. They want more territory, huh? Yeah, it seems like the Netherlands wants Nord Rhine. They want Dalmatia, Southern Tyrol, Venetia. Like, they do claim all of these territories, and I get that. The Netherlands wants Nord Rhine. Nord Rhine is, I believe this, no, this is Hanover. Nord Rhine, they want this, the Netherlands? Holy cow. I mean, for the Netherlands to take that, that's insane. Already. Alright, well, beautiful. It looks great. We can also build gazillion more brigades at this point. I think that once we are ready, I should be able to also go over the infamy limit. I didn't feel like doing it now, because if I do it now, I'll be in trouble because places like Austria-Hungary and maybe the UK would probably declare war on me, and that would make things quite tricky still. So I don't want to be in that position right away, but I do think that maybe ultimately we can do that. There's still 29 years left in this game, so we're close to 3/4 of the game where we finally created Poland, Lithuania. But we also got a lot more German territory, so I'm quite pleased at that. Pretty much if we were to attack them one more time, it would be possible to, box in Germany. I think ultimately Germany at this stage is in such a bad situation as they can be. There's nothing they can do pretty much, and after this they're going to get absolutely demolished. I've seen what happens to Germany in such a case in my Byzantium game, which I ultimately didn't finish. And what happened is they're going to get so many rebels, and they're going to basically just change government every few years, and they're probably going to turn either communist or Nazi. Most likely communist at this stage, because they cannot deal with the rebels, the communist rebels. So they're very likely going to turn commie. But who knows? Yeah, it's too early for Nazis anyway. Not that they could do anything with that, regardless. Scandinavian pan-nationalists. I wonder what happens if those pan-nationalists take Denmark. I don't think they can do anything with that. The Swedish should be trying to get Finland. If the Russians do very poorly, the Swedes might try to attack there. Now, they cannot form Scandinavia because I own Götaland. It's not as if, they can do anything, but still. It's been pretty fun so far. I do like going for these crazy challenges of Victoria 2. There are a few things that are just really fun to do, and recreating Poland, Lithuania is just one of them. Do we still have our... yeah, it's still Kraków. That's actually our capital, funnily enough. Alright. Either way, I'm going to wrap things up. I want to thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.